Hello, everyone. Welcome to How to Build a Marketing Strategy. I'm so excited to be refilming this for you. We had some technical difficulties before, so I wanted to really create a cohesive video for you because all of this stuff is really important, and it's important to have this foundation for your marketing because having a strong foundation is the best way to grow. So for those of you who are maybe new to the Accountability Club, my name is Gabby. I'm the head of marketing here at the Forward Female, and I'm here to field all of your marketing questions. So as you're going through this, write down any questions and feel free to send me a message here in the portal or on Instagram, because I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. So this is a little bit about Forward Female. So some of you are really familiar with us, and some of you who might be new and watching this, we are a coaching and creative agency founded in 2019 by Priscilla Presley, Lauren Cheek, and NJ Falk. Our online community, which you are a part of, and we're so happy to have you here, is global with members from, of course, the US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and France. We have a lot of events, virtual and in person, so stay in the know on all of those. And yeah, we're just so excited to have you here, and I'm glad that you're watching this video. So I'm sure you all feel this way. Entrepreneurs are the CEO, the CFO, and the CMO of their business. So you all are probably feeling this way. You're each Spider-Man pointing at each other. And you're like, how the heck do I do all of this stuff? And I'm sure you do more than those three aspects of your business as well. So hopefully today the goal really is to make that CMO portion of your business feel a lot easier and a lot more approachable for you. So like I said, as we dive in, if you have questions, that's what I'm here for. So you can leave a comment or send me a message. So I want to start out. Is this you? Does any of this describe? Oh my goodness. I hope you didn't hear that. All those sirens out there. But is this you? Does this describe where you're at and how you feel about your marketing? So you currently have a business or personal brand, and you're trying to figure out how to do this whole marketing thing. You're in the stages, you're kind of starting out, don't really know how to do it, right? You're currently marketing your business or brand, but you're really not seeing any conversion. Your business might be feeling a little stagnant. You're throwing a lot of spaghetti noodles at the wall, and none of them are really seeming to stick. Or you are relying entirely on Instagram for your full marketing strategy, and you're just like, Instagram algorithm, do your magic, please. So let me know if you're feeling that way, or you feel a little frustrated when it comes to your business or brand's marketing. Maybe it feels overwhelming to approach and you're just kind of over it. And so you take so much time in between when you're sharing things, nothing's really consistent. And you're not getting emails out. Maybe the last time you posted on Instagram was several weeks ago. Let me know if you're feeling any of this way in the comments. And or if you're not feeling this way at all, that's totally okay, and you're just here for a little marketing refresh. The goal is really to have you leaving this workshop feeling like you don't you're not overwhelmed, you're not struggling, you're not feeling these ways anymore. You have the tools and the foundation to say, okay, I know what the next steps are, and I'm going to tackle my marketing. Here's what I need to do first, right? Sometimes it's just starting or knowing what that first step is. That is the hardest part. So I want to pause to get into the right headspace. So I know sometimes focusing on those feelings of, you're unsure, you're overwhelmed, or maybe just frustrated. So I know when we think about those things, it can kind of make us feel like, okay, I'm just annoyed, or I don't want to deal with it. So I want to let out all of those feelings and get them kind of out of our space at this moment and really reflect on what we want to gain, right? What we want to gain from this workshop. What do you hope to learn? What are some goals that you have from watching this video? What are you hoping to learn? What do you want to change about your marketing? Get in that good, positive headspace. This is us over here in the corner, in the center, positive energy around us, new opportunities around us, love, success, happiness, all of it. We want to soak in all of that energy and approach everything with that good, happy energy. So you can pause me now and kind of write down some of those goals before I go ahead and dive in. So it's really important to understand the difference between a marketing strategy and a marketing plan, right? So I think a lot of entrepreneurs get in this marketing plan phase and they're just planning and posting and sharing and doing things, but there's really not a lot of strategy behind it. And so it's important to really highlight the difference. Because in other things, it makes a lot of sense to strategize first and then plan. But when we think about marketing, especially when we're doing it all on our own, we kind of get in this mode of like, I have to be sharing, I have to be active, I have to be, I have to be there, right? And sometimes it's hard to pause and take a step back and say, okay, what do I need to do first, right? How am I going to do this? How am I going to approach this? So starting off with a marketing strategy, it is a purpose built from goals. So it's really thought out. It starts with a goal, right? You have to know where you want to go or what you want to do, what the end in mind is. And then it's the how we're going to get there. It's really well thought out. It's usually data driven. And an example of this is I moved across the country from Florida to Los Angeles not too long ago. And so when I was figuring out, okay, I'm driving across the country, what places do I want to see? I'm making a trip of it, right? What places across the country do I want to stop? Do I want to go to New Orleans? Do I want to go to Dallas, Texas? Am I going to go to the Grand Canyon, which I'm saying all the places that I did go to? Where do I want to go? I have to pinpoint those places out. How long is it going to take me to get there? How long do I want it to take me to get there? The goal for me was I want to get there in about 6 days. So I have a 6-day trip. These are all the places that I want to see, pinpointed them on the map, and that's my strategy. Okay, this is how I want to approach my drive to Los Angeles, right? So let me get into the marketing plan. So the plan is the roadmap, literally in this analogy, and the execution, right? So it's the exact, okay, now we know exactly what we kind of want to do, what we want to see. We have the pinpoints, we have the goals. Now we create the roadmap to get there. So now it's putting everything in place. Okay, I know I'm going to New Orleans. I need to get a hotel. I need to know how long I'm staying there, right? So I need to get a hotel for X number of days because I've already thought it through. And then it's actually going on the road trip. It's actually executing and following through with the plan I put in place, going to New Orleans, going to Dallas, Texas, going to the Grand Canyon, doing all of the things and actually following through. So I hope that's really clear of what the difference between a strategy and a plan looks like. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask. So first things first, we need to understand your value, right? So if you don't understand the value that you bring to your ideal audience, then they're not going to really know that either. So how do we do this? How do we understand our value and what we're bringing to the table? So we start off with a SWOT analysis. So if you're unfamiliar with the SWOT analysis, it stands for your strengths as a business, your weaknesses as a business, the opportunities in your industry or in your space that you have, and then threats. What are the threats to your business? What does that look like, right? So we do a SWOT analysis that's really detailed and really honest about our business, right? And then we do it for some of our immediate competitors. So we don't like to focus on competitors or what people around us are doing very often. We like to stay focused in our own lanes and focus on our growth and our success. But a good starting place is to understand what is going on in your industry, understand what other businesses around you are doing. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? What are their opportunities? And what are their threats? And it's a good way to compare and contrast, see where maybe you need to make some changes yourself, or see where you're like, oh, this is for sure, I've cornered this market in this way, right? Or this is why I'm unique, right? So then you want to think about, what is the problem that you're solving? What problem are you helping people with? Let's say it's let's say you're a content creator and you show people how to style different outfits or how to put outfits together, what you look for, what you understand about them. You're a stylist, but you focus on the content creation, right? The problem you're solving is you're teaching people how to style. They don't know how to style themselves. They don't know what to buy. And so you're fixing that problem for them. You're touching on their pain point. So know what problem you're solving, and then know how you're solving it, right? How is that different from what's currently being done in the marketplace? So how you're solving the problem, how is that unique? You need to know the difference, because you don't know the difference and you don't know why a customer should come to you, why a client should come to you rather than a competitor. They're really not going to know either. And if it's a toss-up between you and Joe Schmo next door, there's no way to reel that person in and say, well, here's why Joe Schmo might not be a good fit. Here's what I do differently, right? If you don't know that, they're not going to know that either. And so they're really not going to know why they should choose to work with you. Next, you want to identify your objectives. So what are your business goals? What are your overarching business goals that you have? Knowing this and being really clear on this is what's going to give you direction, not only in your marketing, but in every other area of your business and all of the decisions that you're going to make about your business, right? So know those overarching goals. Then from there, we can give ourselves some KPIs, which are key performance indicators. These key performance indicators are measures of success. They're broken down aspects of these goals, of these big goals that you have, in order to achieve them. So let's say your overarching business goal is by the end of this year, you really want to grow your clientele. You really want to have a bigger client roster. And so a KPI that you could have for that would be something along the lines of getting X number of clients every quarter. So that's a key performance indicator that you have. So this quarter, you want to get 4 new clients. That's great. Or make 10 sales or whatever it might be. You want to get 4 new clients. So that's your KPI. So then you work backward from your KPI. Okay, I want to get 4 more clients. How am I going to do that? That's where the strategy portion comes in place. So we're identifying the objective first, knowing what we're working towards, then we can backtrack and say, okay, if I'm going to get 4 clients, I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to put X, Y, and Z in place in order to attract more clients and land 4 new ones, right? So then we look at your key marketing objectives. So why are you marketing? Right? Is it brand awareness? Obviously, we want to get those 4. We want to get those 4 new clients in, right? So our key marketing objectives. How are we going to do that? What are the marketing objectives that we have that's going to end up converting to these 4 new clients? So key marketing objective examples could be brand awareness. We want to raise more awareness, get more reach. The more people that know about our brand, the more likely they are to enter our marketing and sales funnel. And then the more likely they are to become a client. Or what about increasing website traffic? More people that are on your website, more people that are closer to maybe buying a product from your website, or scheduling a consultation, whatever it might be. So think about what these key marketing objectives are. Knowing all of these goals is going to drive every other aspect of your marketing. So if you've been marketing and putting things out there without really having any goals, you're just like hoping people will find you. You're hoping people will want to sign up for something or purchase something. There's not really a driving force saying, okay, we need to hit this number, right? So that's why we put all of these in place. So next, you need to identify your target audience. So if you don't know who you're marketing to, who you're speaking to, you are not going to see the results, the conversion, the growth that you want to see. You have to be really, really clear on who this person, persona, group of people is. What are they like? What are their interests? Who needs what you have to offer? So you always want to start there. Who needs what you have to offer? The problem you're solving. Do they have this problem? What group has this problem? What group has this problem? They don't know how to style themselves, and you have a particular kind of style too, that's niche in your market. So maybe you exclusively style, I don't know, you love 70s and the 70s era, and that's how you style pieces. Or maybe you are a vintage shopper, a thrift shopper, and there's more people getting into that. That's going to be who needs what you have to offer. It's going to be people in those markets, right? People looking to learn from that or to grow in that area. So that's kind of an example. So who needs it? Where are they? Are they physically located nearby? Can they be all over the world? Do you have a brick and mortar? Do they have to be in your community? Where are they physically? Where are they online too? Are they in their email? Are they on Instagram? Are they watching TikToks primarily? Where are they? Everywhere. We need to really be clear on where all of these, where this group of people is, so then we can show up in their spaces. Because as much as we would love for all the clients and all of the customers and everything to come to us, we have to go to them. A lot of the time, they're not going to know about us if we don't show up in their spaces. Then why do they care? Why is somebody going to care about your business, about what you do? Why do they care, right? People subconsciously have this mindset, and they don't even realize it. And most of us don't realize it at all, but it's like, what's in it for me, right? What's in it for them? What's the value that you're going to bring to them? What is it that they're going to learn? What is it that they're going to get from following you, from subscribing, from purchasing from you, from being your client? Why should they care about any of it, right? So be really clear on that. And then this goes back to, what are their pain points? What problem are you solving? And when you think about this group, if the problem that you're solving and then the group that you have kind of outlined as your target audience, if their pain points don't align with the problem you're solving, well, either you've picked the wrong audience or you've picked the wrong way to solve the problem, right? So being really clear on this helps us get a full understanding of our business and of exactly how we're going to impact people, but also attract people. So next, we want to choose our approach. So how are we going to show up in front of this amazing target audience that we've built out? So where are they? That's kind of where it comes from. Where are they? Where are they showing up primarily? Right? So there's a lot of options that you have at your disposal, a lot of marketing channels and ways you can go about it. And it might feel overwhelming, but we like to say to pick 3 to start out with, 3 main ones that you know that your person is there. Your ideal client is on Instagram Reels every day, 6 hours a day. They're scrolling. That's where they are, right? Or maybe they're reading blogs all the time. Maybe they're Google searching and it's SEO. They're looking for help. They're looking for a coach. They're Googling a salon near me, right? Maybe it's SEO. So really think it through, identify where your target audience is, and then pick 3 marketing channels to start with. Then you can kind of build from there as you get really streamlined and comfortable. Next, we want to understand your marketing funnel. So your marketing funnel is your audience's path to purchase. So what are the steps they've got to go through to purchase from you or to become a client? What does that look like, right? To be really clear and have a clear funnel. We want to kind of guide them without them knowing into doing what we want them to do, right? So It's really important. It's your audience's path to purchase. Then each piece of your funnel needs to be really, really clear and well thought out, because if there's one piece of your funnel that's missing, or that isn't streamlined or isn't really solid, then you could be missing out on a lot of sales, because that's when people click out. That's when people unsubscribe. That's when people unfollow. And so we need to make sure it's really, really clear how we're pushing them through this marketing funnel, right? So this is what the funnel looks like. So it kind of starts, everyone is a stranger, right? Everyone's a stranger. We don't know them. They don't know us, right? Well, we kind of know them. They're our target audience. So we know a little bit about them. So they're strangers. So we want to build awareness about your brand, about who you are, what you do, what you have to offer. So that awareness factor can come from, these are just some examples from your social media. Social media is an awareness platform or platforms. Social media is not the converter, it's the awareness, right? So we're letting people know, hey, like here we are, this is what we do, this is examples of the products, of the services we offer, etc. We can do this through paid advertisements, targeted advertisements. This can be on social media, this can be Google ads, anything, right? Media placements as well, getting people to know about your brand is where we're out in this awareness stage, right? So then once they're aware of the brand, they know who you are, they know your name, they kind of know what you do. Then we want to pique their interest. So they're on your social media, they've clicked in, maybe they've followed, or maybe they've gone to your website. So this is where the interest comes in. So the landing pages, so what they see on your Instagram, what they see when they get to your website, some product descriptions, making them really enticing, getting them interested, targeted videos as well. This is where we want to pique their interest. We don't want them to click off of our page. We don't want them to exit our website. We want to keep their interest, right? So then we get into this consideration phase. So this consideration phase is them considering, okay, I might want to purchase, or I might want to be involved, or I might want to know more. So we get them in this consideration phase, and what we do here is we're sending them emails, or we're getting their email. We're giving them exclusive offers, 10% off when you sign up for our email list. So that's goes from interest to consideration. Oh, if I'm getting 10% off, I'm definitely going to do that. That means that they're probably considering buying something, especially if they're getting a deal, right? So we're keeping them warm in this consideration phase, and we want to really, really sell them here. So this can come also from reviews, other people saying how incredible the product or the service or their experience was with you and your business. So this is all in the consideration phase. Then we get to purchase. Yay, we love that. That's really exciting. They did what we wanted them to do. They're a client, they're a customer. They bought something from us or did what we wanted them to do, right? But it doesn't end there, because the worst thing we can have is one-time purchasers, because then the acquisition cost of getting all of these clients, of getting all these people to purchase, is much, much higher than having repeat clients, repeat customers, because we're spending a lot of money to get one person to buy and then they're never coming back again. So that's not consistent cash flow coming in. We're having to pull a new person in every single time to make a sale. And we do not want that, right? Don't want it. So after purchase, we need to keep their interest. We need to keep them loving us. We need to make sure that their experience is one that they want to continue to have. And so we get into this retention phase. So this retention phase comes also from social media. So continuing to talk about what we're doing, continuing to keep them in the know, keep your social media live and not going 3 weeks without posting anything. Emails, so sending out consistent emails to them so that they're up to date on what's going on, any deals or anything happening in your space. And then blogging too, sharing tips, sharing more about the company, more about the history of things, or maybe more about your mission or whatever it might be, right? And then you'll see that this will actually kind of loop back around, because once they're in that retention phase, if we've hooked them, then they're a raving fan. They're our diehard, loyal customer, and they're going to add another marketing channel for you, which is word of mouth. They're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their dad, their mom, their brother, their sister, their dog, their neighbor. They're going to tell people about your business. They're going to share your page, they're going to share your website. And then it kind of loops back. And they're creating that awareness for you. And then people are ending up on your pages, those landing pages and all of that. Their interest is there. Their consideration might already be there because it was recommended from a trusted friend or family member. And then you're one step closer to purchase retention, and it loops around. So it's really important to have a clear understanding of what your funnel looks like and how purchasers or your ideal audience is going to kind of funnel through each step. I hope that made sense. I know, wait, what? That's crazy. Take this time to soak it all in. Soak it all in, write down any questions you might have from that so that you can save them, so you can send them to me, you can leave them in the comments below. I want to give you some time to process because that was a lot of information. Yeah, so pause it, write down any questions or thoughts you might have. Maybe you have thoughts about what your funnel is looking like currently. Maybe you're thinking, oh shoot, I don't actually have this part of my funnel set up. Write that down because you don't want to forget it. Next, the fun stuff. Well, for me, at least, not always for everyone. We get to get creative. So we get to create all of the marketing assets. So this is your Instagram posts, your TikToks, your emails, your flyers, maybe the ads, creating all of the assets you need for your marketing plan, your marketing strategy, right? We want to confirm our process. So we're confirming every step that we've had to take to get to this creative point. So we're confirmed that that we've got all of our branding in place. We're confirmed that we know exactly who the target audience is, that we know some dates and times, that we're really, really clear on why we're doing this. Confirm your process, confirm everything before getting to the creative portion. Everything's in order for a reason. I'm not just kind of skipping around and telling you that you can skip step 5, or you can skip step 2. These steps are in order because this is the exact order that you need to take in order to build out a clear and well thought out marketing strategy and plan. And next, you just want to be consistent in your branding. That's not just the visuals. Visuals are very important to create that brand recognition. So you don't want to just use whatever looks cute on Canva. You want to keep it very, very consistent with your branding, with your color scheme, your font selection, and even down to the photo filters, photo colors, etc. You want to keep it really, really cohesive. But in addition, you want your messaging to be really clear, concise, and cohesive as well. Your messaging is basically like the personality or persona that you give to your brand or business. So the messaging of things and how you're going to interact with your ideal audience really, really matters. If we think about Wendy's, who pioneered the brands acting like people, and what I mean personification of brands. So Wendy's went on Twitter and they were kind of giving what people would say poor customer service. People would say Wendy's is the worst, and then they'd say something like cry about it. And everyone thought it was so funny. It was a really great, honestly, marketing ploy, but they paved this way then for now all of these other brands to be acting more like people and commenting funny things and all of that. But Wendy's brand became this funny, like joking around, trolling, if you know what trolling is, trolling people kind of thing. And they're consistent. They're still doing that, right? And so they gave this messaging or this persona for their brand and they stuck with it. And now people think of Wendy's as being that funny brand, right? So staying consistent in whatever, I'm not saying you have to pick on people online or like Wendy's does or anything like that, but just have clear messaging, a clear branding, and a clear persona of how you want people to feel and interact with your brand. Next, we want to plan, as simple as that. So refer back to all the objectives that you set at the beginning and all of those goals, those KPIs, and put systems into place that help you plan, optimize, and automate. This is going to help you so much. It's going to A, save you time, but B, lay things out very, very clearly, so that you can see exactly what's happening, exactly what touch points you're hitting on in all of your marketing. You can see that people are going through the funnel as you want them to because you're hitting on all of these points, right? Pre-plan out your content. I'm so for real. Plan it out ahead of time. It saves you so much time. Posting the day of is stressful. It's overwhelming. You're not getting as strategic or as thought out because you're scrambling. You're like, I just need to get something out there. I just need to send this email. I just need to post on Instagram. And sometimes it's better to not have anything go live and think it through and have it be really, really strategic than to just have things going out there. Because like I said at the beginning, throwing a bunch of spaghetti at the wall might be great and you're hoping one will stick, but it's almost like you're doing it with your eyes closed and you're like, something's got to stick. Be really well thought out so that you know exactly what's going to work with your audience, exactly what is going live. And then you can make tweaks because you have things listed out. You can say, okay, here's what I shared all week. Here's what landed well. Here's what didn't. Being really clear, being really organized is important. And then again, I can't say enough, consistency in your branding. Always, always, always. So just an example to show you, this is Trello. This is what we use to plan out all of our marketing. You can see she's color-coded, she's labeled, everything is stacked beautifully. So we know exactly what's going live. Exactly how things are laying out, who's responsible for them. If you've got a team, who's responsible for getting each aspect live, or working on it, creating it, etc. This is extremely helpful. Plus, with this system, it's drag and drop. So if we need to move some dates around or, oh, this doesn't make sense here, we can easily swap. But having this to look at and check on every single day, have the details, have the dates, have the labels in there, it is like a breath of fresh air. It eliminates the overwhelm. It's very, very clear exactly what needs to happen. So I highly recommend getting a system like this for yourself. Like I said, this is Trello, and we'll kind of talk more about it too. Get a system in place and get really organized. It is going to save you so much stress, I promise. So next, trial and error. Just kidding, trial and learn, because everything's a learning lesson. Nothing is error or failure. It's all learning. So implement your plan and see what's working. You've put a plan in place. You've really thought it through, and maybe aspects of it do really, really well. And maybe there's like a little bit about it you can tweak. Implement your plan, see how it works, right? Listen to your audience. Maybe your audience is telling you that they want to see more of this thing. And you've been sharing, let's say you've been sharing all about, I don't know, all about hats. And people are like, I want to see more about shoes. Listen to your audience. Obviously, don't lose sight of what matters to you and what is meaningful to you and your business, what's at the core of your business and your brand. But listen to your audience too, because they are the ones who are purchasing or who are clients or who are having the experience with you. And so listen to your audience and their feedback. A/B testing. This is a great way to see what's working and what's not working. What kind of messaging, what kind of wording might work better. So A/B testing is a great way to test out two strategies at one time that are like slightly tweaked from one another to see what lands better with your audience. Then we want to always be recording the data. Set up a system for yourself to record all of the data from everything that you're doing. We look at ours every single Monday, week by week. So over the last 7 days, what happened? What did we share? What did we change? And what do the analytics look like? Then from that data collection, we track it, we record it, and then we analyze the impact. So are there any patterns that we're noticing? So we've shared talking about this particular topic over the last couple of weeks. How did it perform? Is our audience interacting with it? Are we reaching more people, or are people uninterested, right? Analyze the impact that your strategy had. Notice the patterns, notice the things that are working. If you're noticing that, let's say your engagement is really down over a few weeks, you want to make a change to adjust that and say, okay, my engagement's down. What do I need to change in order to increase my engagement, right? So make these data-driven decisions. And there's a lot of reasons why things might be working or why things might not be working. There are aspects that could be doing really well, like I said, and there are some things that might need a little tweaking. So do we need to improve our messaging? Do we need to increase visibility? So do we need to be sharing maybe more reels rather than sharing in-feed posts? Do we need to increase our engagement? Maybe people are commenting to us, but we're not commenting back to them, or we're not reaching out to new audiences and people who aren't currently in our community. What do we need to do to change these numbers to always be growing, always be increasing these analytics, right? So make data-driven decisions based on the data always. Next, we're gonna celebrate, because that's a lot of work that you just put in, and putting a strategy together and looking at all of these numbers. It's a lot of work. So always celebrate what you're learning, celebrate all of the wins that come from it, and how you're moving forward, because you putting any of this into place is a step forward, and that's always something to celebrate. So and celebrate yourself for watching this video, being here, being ready to learn, and letting your brain be a little marketing sponge. Because it's exciting. You're in a growth mindset, and that's where you should be. So here's a quick summary of everything that I just reviewed. Take a picture of it, write it all down. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I'd love to answer them. Leave them in the comments below or send me a message. And I'm always here for any questions, whether it's about this or anything else. So is the rest of the team. We love you, and we're so happy to have you here. And yeah, give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back, because you made it through this marketing workshop. Okay? Ta-ta, everyone.